Welcome back, guys and gals. Greg Silverman here, Chief Investment Officer. Another session of Come Learn With Me, where we rank all the articles we curate over the past week or so, and then we read them together in a Come Learn With Me session. So hopefully you'll find this interesting and see some of the investment themes that we are tracking. Nickel futures spiked ridiculously, trading halted in short squeeze on Chinese Tycoon facing billions in losses. It's about a month old, but this garnered a lot of attention. Shorted to hedge rising output, and on a bet the rally in nickel at the time would fade in 22. Then came the sanctions. The price of nickel futures had a spike by 73% on Monday at the London Metals Exchange in a short squeeze whose squeeze party hadn't been identified at the time. Spiked by another 100% on Tuesday intraday on the LME to over $100,000 per metric ton, when the LME halted trading at a price of 81,051. Now details emerge as to who got short squeezed. Chinese Tycoon Zhang Wangda, chairman and founder of the world's largest nickel producer, closely held Tsingshan Holding Group, according to Bloomberg. Zhang, forced by margin calls from his company's broker in China, closed out part of the short position in nickel futures, and this is the result. WTF moment. Come on. There's so many adverts on these. Zhang began to build the short position late last year to hedge rising output, and because he thought the rally in nickel prices they'd surged over 60% from mid-2020 to about 20,000 by late 2021 would fade this year. Instead, the sanctions against Russia, a big nickel producer, caused prices to skyrocket further. Young is now considering whether to exit the short position altogether. Sources said to exit the short position, he would have to buy back nickel futures at these crazy prices. At the most price, the daily loss would have exceeded $2 billion on Monday, on top of the losses incurred since he started accumulating the short position. There is so far no indication that the loss would impact Tsingshan's ability to operate, people familiar with the matter said, according to Bloomberg. The LME asks brokers, in this case a unit of huge state-owned Chinese bank, to deposit cash for their clients' short positions when prices rise. The brokers then pass the margin call to its clients, in this case Tsingshan Holding, which has come up with the cash. Tsingshan itself has been struggling to pay margin calls to its brokers, according to people familiar with the situation. It's been under growing pressure to meet the payments in recent days, according to Bloomberg. The LME gave the Chinese broker some extra time on Monday to collect the margin call from its client, and those payments have now been made, according to Bloomberg. Not a conversation you want to be in, huh? The short squeeze was further exacerbated, according to traders cited by Bloomberg, by the influence of an unidentified stockpiler who controlled between 15 and 80% of nickel warehouse warrants monitored by the LME as of February. According to Bloomberg sources, Anglo-Swiss commodity trading and mining giant Glencore was the dominant holder of nickel in recent months. With prices of all kinds of commodities going haywire like this, there will likely be more chaos and sudden mega losses in all directions. There you go. Short squeeze in nickel. Very interesting. Hope you enjoyed that. Another session of Come Learn With Me. If we want to know more about the investment themes that we follow and the investments that we make and hopefully make money out of, take a look at some of the links below this post. Greg Silverman out for now.